Hi everybody, welcome to Gunpla TV.
Hey guys.
Brought to you by HobbyLink Japan. This is episode 158.
158, almost 160, Sid.
Almost 160 and 4 weeks into the Gunpla Expo.
Yes, 4 weeks to go. We'll see it live in
Yes.
action.
Speaking of the unicorn, we have the posters to give away today.
Yes, we do.
People have been commenting about the unicorn and the LED set and how they're going to go about obtaining theirs. So, we'll talk about that. At the end of the
Actually,
show,
one thing about the
giveaways.
unicorn though, it's kind of all to stop at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because this is what I heard.
Yes.
And I heard that
Through the grapevine.
through the grapevines, you know, Bandai is offering that crazy LED set that's supposed to go with the unicorn, but it takes longer to assemble an LED set than it does to actually just pump out plastic for the frames for the unicorn. And I think Bandai has actually gone outside of Bandai and had a third-party company put together this dynamic LED set. So it's just a matter of the production for the LED set taking longer than the unicorn, and they underestimated demand for both and have kind of scaled back. But we were told, you know, kind of don't worry kind of thing. Like this first initial run, you know, it's always sometimes right on the line, but then the next batch comes up a couple weeks later.
Yeah,
they're busy in production. So.
We should have enough of the kits probably later on.
Yeah. Don't worry, everybody will get there. It's
They'll get your PG. It's coming.
It always comes back. There's
Plastic
no
is not a limited resource sometimes with Bandai.
Yeah.
Well,
True.
Yeah.
Just a matter of how fast they can pump them out. That's all. Okay, so we'll get that out of the way. We'll be giving away the posters. We're going to talk a little bit about just some kits that came in. We'll start like we usually do because Gundam Build Fighters Try has started. I think they're on episode 4 now.
You've been enjoying it?
I drifted in and out. Yeah, but I do enjoy the
non-committal.
I do enjoy some of the suits in it. Like I enjoyed some of the suits in the first anime. So let's talk about the first one here. It's the Build Burning Gundam. All right, when I open this up, the first thing I see is effect parts galore. Like look at this. Look at these cool things. Like these look like things like you would have to buy separately, kind of like the MS Builders parts, but they're included as part of the Build Burning Gundam here. And he apparently burns because you get all these effect parts with these flames and stuff. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to actually try and like pose them and use those. So you can probably get a lot of like really cool camera shots with this guy. And of course he does have like some blue effect parts as well incorporated into the build. You're getting that one frame runner. But you are also getting like even more of these kind of effect parts and some purple in there, it looks like. Bluish purple. So there you go. I think I'm going to play around with this guy a little bit and see what I can come up with when it comes to posing using all these effect parts that Bandai has so generously given us. Alright, there you go, the Build Burning Gundam. This is Seikai Kimaki's suit. Alright. And I like this one too. This is the Power Gym cardigan. Now when you look at it, it reminds me of something
did you say cardigan?
Yes, Ryan. You should be pretty familiar with those.
I love cardigans.
Yeah, Ryan's a
like
sharp-dressed man.
I love my cardigans.
In the office, I wear a t-shirt and shorts. Ryan's wearing cardigans. Yeah.
So this is my now favorite kit. PG!
Powdered. Is yours powdered? This is powered. Powered GM cardigan. Now, it reminds me of something from the Thunderbolt. And this box is pretty stacked, so I want to decide it too. Normally, the GMs, they're kind of the grunt suits. They're the ones that tend to be kind of lean when it comes to armament. But looking at this guy, like, you're getting, you know, what they show us, like, extra shields. There's 2 shields in here. Sorry, I'm going to pull this out. You can see they threw in the extra runner with the extra shield parts there. You're getting all these extra guns. I don't know what these are. I got to find out when I build this guy. Like, this guy comes loaded and he doesn't seem like much of a grunt suit anymore. A little bit of green there. And quite a few polycaps too, so looks like the Gundam Build Fighters Try stuff's quite interesting. This is Fumina Hoshino's
It's even the color
suit.
I like.
Not Aki Hoshino's suit, unfortunately. Some people will get that reference. All right, now that's Gundam. Type in Aki Hoshino into the Google search and
see what
do it at home.
Don't do it at work.
Not safe for work. Actually, it's safe for work. Maybe. Okay, so that does it for the Build Fighters Try stuff. Now we've got some Reconquista.
Have you watched this? It started, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's supposed to start in October. That's what I thought. But I've seen. It depends. Like they were going to launch it early if you had like some Docomo contract for Docomo television and stuff like that. Anyway.
Docomo is a telecom.
Yeah. Yes, it is. They supply your telecommunications, and apparently they want to get in on the TV market too. But when you were away, Ryan, or just before the G Self.
I had a really good holiday.
The first
guys.
one. We'll
Thanks
talk about
for
that
asking.
after, all right? I'm just going to bring that up after in the comment section when we talk about things.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, we'll have our talk time.
We'll have our talk time. Gather around, children. Okay, so there's the G Self and also the Grimoire. Now the Grimoire, let's look at the Grimoire first. Okay?
Actually, that's a groovy design.
Yeah. Right now the Grimoire, they don't show it in the manual like as a gimmick, but what they showed us at the model show is how this kind of like separates. And I was flipping through the manual, and I did find a reference to it in the first actual section of the build here. Let me find that for you. Here it is. Can you focus right on there? You actually assemble this little ball, and then you drop the torso on top of it. Now I'm not sure how much movement there's going to be once you drop that in there. That's we're going to find out once we actually build it. But I like that they're kind of dividing it into subsections. It might give you a little bit more to build than you normally would when you're building a torso. And you can see it's hard to get a look in here, but you have these like effect parts. These are supposed to kind of bend like a wave. Those are really cool too. And I don't mind the color at all, Ryan.
Yeah,
you don't see many Gundams in this kind of color. Like it's not black. It's like a, I don't know what you say. It's like a dark brown.
It's like a matte.
Yeah,
something.
I don't know what exactly the color is. I guess the manual.
Would you say a dark khaki?
A dark what?
Khaki?
Oh, what, right?
Khaki.
The color guide. What do they have for it? They call the body gray. It's gray.
Oh, okay.
It's navy blue, 75%, and olive drab, 25%, and brown, just a little tiny bit. So there you go. It's gray, olive drab, brown mix. There you go.
Khaki.
There you go, the Grimoire, which I basically assume is the Zaku of the G.
Probably.
Rekko and G. Alright, now let's talk about the G Self. Now I'm doing this last because actually this box is, well, it's all been open and stuff. Because I've actually assembled the G Self while you were away, Ryan. And I want to talk about the G Self in just a little bit of detail so people can understand what they're getting from this main mobile suit on the new series.
Sweet.
Okay. Alright, here's the G Self, and it's a very unique look to it. And it's got quite a bit of color in there. Now, one thing I want to tell everybody, they may not know, is that this kit comes with a lot of stickers. Like here's the foil sticker sheet they give you. And when you look here, you see kind of this blue. And you're like, oh, well, it's got these blue colors here on the knee. Here you can see I got the knee all in there. Yeah, I just put those on there to break up the white or whatever else. And yeah, there's a lot of that. Like you have the blue on the back of the joints here, and you have it in the elbow joints as well, and on the head and everything else. But what you may not be able to see is you actually have to put it in areas like right here. You put blue sticker on top of this blue part, and when you look at it like that, you're like, well, what's the point of that? You know, I can't really see what the point of that is. Let me pull off this back part as well and show you here. There's actually blue sticker like right tucked in there. Very, very small. Takes a bit of effort to kind of get it in there properly if you want to line it up properly. And the reason that Bandai does that, and there's stickers here too, and there's stickers actually in behind here as well, is that those stickers glow. When we were at the model show, they had this guy in like this little, I guess, you know, ultraviolet light booth, and he was glowing all over his body because of all these stickers that you're placing all over him. So even the little parts of this blue area will start to glow. Now here's the backpack. It comes off easily enough. One thing that I really like about it is that you can actually tilt it kind of independent of the model. Like normally you get a backpack, and if you want your Gundam to fly, you put him on a stand like this, but then his wings are facing like this way, so it kind of looks like he's maybe flying this way, or you know, it's difficult to kind of get the angle of the backpack the direction you want your suit to fly in, for example. But here, you know, you can tilt this back, and you get that angle you want once you mount him on the stand. Although, you know, if you put it too far, he's gonna go like this. And I do like the thrusters they've got in here because it reminds me of the F91. So the backpack is a winner for me. I think it's really cool. Speaking of stickers, check this out. This sticker here on the hand, you actually have to curve it around the edge of the hand. So getting that lined up is kind of tricky. Just keep that in mind when you're building this. And with this little edge here, you can't really push the hands out too far because they will pop out. So you have limited motion of the hand, and definitely this way. You can't move it too much. But speaking of the hand, it's really good. This grip it has on the beam saber handle is really solid. You don't have to worry about your beam saber handle falling out. You can put it whichever way you want here. And it actually has a little bit of movement in the torso. There's 2 sections, so the torso will move laterally, which is not all high grades do. Master grades usually do, but high grades don't. So this guy does that. Stickers for the white on the feet. When I saw it, I was a little, I don't know. But it actually, once you get them lined up, it does look fairly good. And then, of course, you have the kind of effect parts here, like I mentioned before. You have the Extreme Gundam, and flip these around, and you have some on this side too. And one of the more interesting parts of the kit is the back of the legs here. Now, I guess these are supposed to be thrusters or something, but there's a lot of detail on the back of the leg. And to get this this look without a seam, like normally you put the sides of the leg together, the leg goes on like front back, so the seam actually runs through the middle here. So in some ways, actually what I want to show here if I can, is it's more similar to a master grade build than a HG build. And the frame, for example the knees, they actually have double jointed here, so you don't have just one place where your limb is bending. You have 2, and then you can actually get this kind of bend all the way around. And the elbows are double jointed as well, but you have to be careful because the armor will get in the way. But when you're building them, you're actually assembling frame quite a bit when building the G-Self, more than you may have experienced in other HGs. So it does have that going for it, and it makes me think that if we're going to see a master grade G-Self, we might be in for some new concepts in there too. There you go. The G-Self, Reconquista G.
I like
G
it.
Reconquista.
You were on the fence about the design. How are you feeling now?
Some parts of it I think are cool, like the torso, and I kind of like what they've done with the legs, although it's a little bit like the Extreme Gundam. But I don't know if I can just get past that head.
It's got little horns.
I don't know if I can get past that head. I don't know what they're trying to do there. It's
The
like,
more fins on the
it's
head,
like,
the
it's a
faster you go.
robot, insect, human. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the backpack. And you're able to swap backpacks now with the new ones that are coming out. So we'll see. I mean, it's just started. We're going to get more and more mobile suits and kits. So, you know, maybe it'll start to win me over. If they do a master grade of this, and it turns out really good like they did with the Age 1 normal, then I'll probably appreciate things a little bit more. But until then, my only experience so far is the HG. So I'm going to put this guy back over here. Now, Ryan, this next thing we have to show, you can take that if you like. When you were away, good things happen. No. I was sitting at my desk and one of the Japanese staff comes up to me and he's like, Shida-san, can you use this? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, this is a sample given to us by a distributor. So we have a Zoids kit.
And first time opening on the internet.
This is the first time we're going to open this one up. So let's do that and show everybody what they can expect to see with the Blade Liger AB Leon version renewal. All right, so here we go, open it up. Now, the first thing that strikes me when I open this baby up, of course, there's some large pieces in here, and there's a lot of runners. Like this guy doesn't quite fit in there. But check this out, Ryan. Like, oh, okay, we got the Zoid core. I think that's what that is.
Yep.
And we have these pilot figures. They're actually painted for you. Thank you.
Well painted, actually.
Thank you, because I'm terrible at that. But check this out. Look at these springs. What are these springs for? Like normally you see this, it might be like, I don't know, a gimmick, something that opens and closes, or a weapon that fires something. But it looks like, from looking at the box, that you actually put these into like, you know, pistons or something when you're building the lower part of the legs.
Yeah.
And whether that is supposed to provide this kind of spring to hold them up or just for decorative, I'm not sure, but we're definitely gonna have to look at that when I start building this guy. That intrigues me. Now, what else we got in here? Everything's snap fit, everything comes molded in color, of course. Looks like the frames, many ways are giving me 2 different colors. Like you can see this kind of this grayish color here. Same as this one. Flip it over though, you're getting a darker frame. So the frame looks like it's gonna come in 2 different colors at least.
2 tones.
Monster frame piece here. I want to talk about these last, but I got them in my hand right now. More than enough decals.
Oh yeah.
And of course you get the manual. I do like the Zoids manuals. I think Kotobuki does a great job.
Yeah, no,
with
their manuals are fantastic.
Especially when you get to the end and you can start looking at like the images and stuff. It is pretty cool. All the line art and whatever else went into designing this guy. That was definitely bigger than the last Zoid I built, which was a Saber, I believe, but not as big as a certain Kong that we've seen on the
not as
show
big
here.
as Mr. Kong.
Only that dinosaur called Godzilla is as big as the Kong.
We had sold out.
And here's Here's the claws, I think, for its paws. And there's a bunch of silver parts, which will be like pistons and mechanisms inside the joints of the kit. I'm kind of intrigued. You know, I didn't expect that I would be building a Zoid. You know, I was all geared up to be building RGs and PGs this winter, but you know, when somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, this is a free something. Would you like to build it?"
And it hasn't even been released yet, has it?
Yeah, I think it comes at the end of this month.
Wow.
So I'm going to pack it up and it's going to go in my car. All right, there you go. People are always saying, Zoids, do a Zoid on the show. And well, this is a Zoid on the show. We haven't really built anything.
Other than my Iron Coon.
I might bring in bits and pieces of it as I kind of go through it, just to kind of show people what to expect. But, you know, with, what do you say? We have some time before the Gunpla Expo, and then of course we're gearing up for the December release of the Unicorn. So it depends how much time we have in there to kind of get on these kind of things. But speaking of like the Unicorn release in the Gundam Expo and everything else, the last year's big December kit. Do you remember that one? Here, let me
refresh my memory.
There it is, Ryan. It's the Sasabi. Now I finally finished mine.
It looks amazing. Eh?
You know, when I saw the Unicorn, I'm like, whoa, that is going to be crazy, and I'm going to be spending a lot of time on that Unicorn. So I better tie up my odds and ends and finish this guy. Also, people have been asking about the water slide decals for the fin funnels and the high noon, and I want to talk about that and show that. But I thought, you know, I better, you know, finish that, because the last thing I want to do is talk to you about the decals and the high noon and have someone say, hey, have you even bothered decaling up your Sasabi yet? So here we go.
And I mean, deckled up, this guy looks phenomenal.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a little bit, what I do with this guy. Okay, so this is my Sasabi, and it has been painted entirely, as you can tell. It's easy to tell when you look at, say, the collar here. I made it yellow instead of gray. And of course, it's all, I tried to get all into one color. And you know, the Sasabi version Ka has 3 different types of reds. I actually, I really like that idea when they first started in that concept to break up the colors. We saw it in real grade kits, and then they put it out in the 3.0, and then they're putting it out in the new Gundam version Ka and, you know, Sasabi, for example. But I wanted to actually go the opposite direction with my Sasabi, because I spent a lot of time working on the frame. So I felt that I wanted to show people, I wanted to guide people's attention to the work I'd done to the frame rather than them looking at all that armor. So first thing I should mention, actually, when it comes to modifications, I'll show here. This yellow part here, normally it's like it's one piece, and it has a little yellow flat piece in there connecting this and this together, but then it looks kind of unsightly when you open it up. Like, why is there just this batch of yellow that's not surrounding a vent of any kind? So I actually cut that away just enough that I could get this piece back on there and not have that extra bit of yellow. And just something like that I thought was worthwhile, just for the effect it produced. Now, I've painted all the thrusters, and I've painted a lot of other things that you're not going to see because this armor is on. But if I get the angle right, you hopefully can see something. So I'll move this arm here. I'll put this back up here like so. Oh, first of all, this is easy enough to show, I think. You can see what I did with the piston housing and the pistons in there.
Yeah.
Normally it's just gray, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, gray's boring, especially when you have, you know, parts. I always do it like this because when I was young, I used to like monster trucks. And monster trucks have these huge suspensions, and you would be seeing these kind of things. They don't usually be yellow and everything else. But I thought, oh, you know, I always paint my pistons if I can. Now, I also painted parts of the frame here. If I can pull this off easily, there you go. These joints I wanted to paint as well, so I got in here, painted the gloss aluminum, masked it, and painted the gray on there as well. And you can see the same color for the piston here is down here on the thruster housings down here. So the thrusters are the gloss aluminum, but the housings are this metallic orange that I picked up at a limited time. Thrusters have all been painted. I tried to get the inside to be a different color. I think the inside's normally like yellow on this kit, or can't remember. Let's flip it around here. I'll show you the back now. He gets a little unstable when you have his ass all extended like that. But you can see I went in here again with this metallic orange and tried to get this giant piston housing in here. all painted and colored in there. It looked out really well.
Nice work, Sid.
Everything has been flat coated, of course, because I felt that the flat coat would kind of subdue the effect of the armor and draw more attention to that frame that I spent so much time on. So again, you can open these out and you can take out, the fin funnels. These have all been done. Yay! There's, what are these things? The pods. They're kind of cool, but they are still a bit of a pain to put them together. But because I've put these together twice now, I became pretty good at it. Like so. I've also painted up all the weapons and the shield. Of course, I don't have it with me right now, unfortunately. But if we need to show that, we can do that another day. But in the meantime, please enjoy this is Hobby version cut. It's finally finished, and now I can do the high noon.
It's a work of art.
Yeah, it turned out okay. All right, there you go. There's the Sasabi. It's done. I can put it away. Hopefully, I can get working on that high new, and then PG Unicorn December. Now, Ryan, we're going to talk about comments.
Yes.
And we said in the last episode that we had these extra flyers that we picked up at the show, model show, and we said if you want one of these, leave a comment on the previous episode 157, talking about what you're going to do with the PG Unicorn. Are you going to pick it up? Are you going to pick it up with the LEDs? Are you going to pick it up without the LEDs? Kind of give us your reasoning behind that. It was kind of a unofficial poll, a way to determine people's feelings about this LED set and whatever else. So we have lots of comments. Let's get to them.
Okay, well the first one is not related, but that's okay.
Yeah? What is
Ovi
it,
the
Ryan?
Great, GR8. Sid, who are you rooting for in the NHL this season?
Oh, this is a National Hockey League question? How did this get in here? Okay, Ovi the Great,
New Zealand
number 8,
rooting
Washington
means...
Capitals, Ovechkin. I'm already not enjoying this hockey season. Because I have to admit, my favorite team for the longest time, stretching back to whenever, the 80s or even before then, was the Buffalo Sabres, when they had the Dominator and Satan and all these cool players. And they're the worst team in the league right now, Ryan. And it's painful for me to even watch them play. So after the sucky Sabres, I'm a big fan of my home team, the Vancouver Canucks. But I'm just watching any game I can over here.
So it's Canadian.
Just
he watches it
through and through. I'll watch crappy teams play. Like Japan ice hockey. All right, let's get to the real comments.
Okay, yeah. Roger NSF. Phew, almost was in a panic when you said Ryan is leaving, just to find out he's just going on vacation. Having two of you on the show has made it much more entertaining. Thank you. Sort of like getting 2 in one box.
Okay, Ryan. So this is where we're going to lead into how was your vacation, Ryan? You were away for 2 weeks. You went home.
Yeah, I had a great,
Why don't you talk about that?
relaxing time in Africa. I recommend anyone who hasn't been to South Africa to go. It is beautiful.
Okay.
It is amazing. It's a bit different. They drive like crazy.
Yeah.
But if you want to get away from all the tech and cell phones and all the BS, it's the place to be.
If the digital life is just too much for you sometimes.
I went into
Africa.
the Karoo, which is, it's basically a desert. And there's no reception at all.
Yeah.
And for 3 days I was there. It was like a small game reserve. And you know what? I read a book, Sid.
Yeah?
A book. A whole book. So, and it was relaxing. But anyway, let's get back to...
Okay. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. I'm glad you got a little bit refreshed and were able to see your mom and everything else. And I'm glad you're back, though. Because,
Gunpla TV must continue.
That's right.
To answer Sid's field poll
Yeah.
for the PG Unicorn, I'm all in for the LED. My last PG came from you guys, and I'm looking forward to my next one. Hope the exchange rate stays in the USD's favor long enough to order it. Keep up the good work, guys. Love the show as always.
Wasn't the yen recently at a record low for
the USD
was like
is
110 or
very
something.
strong. Yeah, strongest it's ever been in
It's
years.
dropped a little bit, but still.
Buy from HLJ.
The yen is very favorable to people from overseas.
Yes.
These days.
Now's your time.
Not for us who have to import energy and stuff, but
For people who want awesome Did I say Cody. Good episode as always. Ryan said, I decided I'd hold off on the LEDs on the Unicorn. I need to see more to be sold first. I'm all on board for the kit itself though. Also, frame arms 4 days.
So there we go. We got somebody saying, no, he's going to hold off on the LEDs. And a number of people answered in that vein. Some people were talking about price, and some people are talking about just they want to see what it looks like first. So I'll keep going.
We'll have a laser show.
Also, want to point out that every comment that we're reading from this point on that talks about the PG Unicorn LEDs, you're getting a poster. I will be contacting Roger at NSF and Cody. And Ovi the Great, because we talked about hockey.
Yes.
I like that. I'm a nice guy.
Gunpla Gamer. It was 100% no-brainer no matter what price it was going to be, lol. I was actually thinking on getting 2 Unicorn Gundams, one to full go crazy and make it a real display piece with the LEDs, and one that I can pose and play around with.
That's
Keep up
hardcore.
the amazing work, guys. My metal frame Destiny is still the jewel of my collection, but I think PG Unicorn will give it a real run for its money.
True, the metal build Destiny, it's beautiful. We've shown it on the show. It's gorgeous. But 160 PG.
PGs
Unicorn.
are special. You know?
It's a new unicorn. It's a new PG. That's why I'm excited. Like, Bandai had to think of new things to make this model, and what Bandai has been able to do when it comes to new stuff in the last few years has been like.
And it's been 5 years
amazing.
since the last PG.
Yeah, the Strike Freedom when we first started the show.
They've had a lot of time to think.
Yeah, I
Hopefully
have
they've been
high
thinking.
expectations for this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Granalis pre-ordered the PG Unicorn with LEDs as soon as they went up on the site. Can't wait for December to roll around.
Yeah, December. That guy's like enthusiastic for everything.
Classy Gundam.
I can understand.
Classy Gundam. I like that name.
Okay.
For the question, I'm undecided on the LEDs. Personally, I feel like paying $100 is way too much. I would potentially get 2 MGs or 3 RGs for that price. Definitely getting the Unicorn PG though. Great show as always. Sid, do another top 5 MG RG HD video, please.
Yeah, he does make a good point. Like the LEDs, when you think about the cost of them, if you want to buy Plamo kind of thing, like you can get like 3 RGs or, you know, a couple
Yeah, but what
MGs
about all
for
those
that
people
price,
who put
but-
LEDs in their car and make it look totally awesome?
Yeah, I know. There's a market for it. That's the thing. Like, I feel Bandai kind of did this right. Like, if they made it $300 and you had to have that LED set, a lot of people would be turned off,
Yeah.
and a lot of people would not be able to afford it even if they wanted it. So, giving you the option, like you can have the PG Unicorn and you can have it for a fairly reasonable price, but you can also have one that completely lights up if you're willing to pay that extra. Like, I think Bandai's approach to this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants a shiny.
A lot of people
Blingy.
build their master grades or PGs with their install the LEDs and turn it on once and that's it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Or it doesn't even work. And then what do you do?
Batteries, whatever.
Skinny 741. I'm going for both the Unicorn and the LED unit. Merry Christmas to me.
That's the spirit. Give yourself the gift of PG this
Yeah.
Christmas.
Nick,
You don't
Great
need to
show.
spend money on anybody else.
great show. I'm really keen for the PG Unicorn, but I'll wait to see how the LEDs will look before I decide on pre-ordering that. I never use the LEDs on my PG Zaku 2 or my MGXs, so I'm not sure if I'd use them on this. Plus, I'd imagine it'll chew through batteries like no tomorrow.
Yes, and
Well, I mean, it is LEDs. Like, they're pretty good.
yes. See, the thing is, we don't. I'm thinking like, how are they going to do it? Like, my first thought is going to be some kind of battery, like compartment inside the PG Unicorn where you're going to have to open it up and
Maybe
install
it's
batteries.
a recharged thing.
However, when we went to the model show and we saw what they were doing with those electronic Star Wars models, it seemed that they had a custom base that you would mount the thing on, and on the base was the buttons to control like the sounds of the lights for like the X-wing, for example. And we know that the Unicorn comes with its own display base. Like, what if, I'm just speculating here, what if through the display base for the PG Unicorn you're able to control the LEDs? Like, what if there's a couple, like, no
Well, they
problem.
have
buttons,
to. You need-
buttons are easy to push. Maybe
Yeah.
you plug into the wall. You know, like, we don't know yet. That's the thing. Like, we don't know yet exactly how it's going to work.
Well, it's meant to have a whole variety of lighting.
Once we
doesn't
know
it?
exactly kind of how, well, not exactly. Once we go to the Gunpla Expo and get a very good idea of what to expect, some people's opinions might change for sure.
Next,
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel Tran. I prefer the PG Unicorn and the LED both because building a PG is time consuming with excitement. So if I build it with LED, it multiplies the fun. When I can finish that part and see it glow at the same time, it's going to be amazing.
True.
I agree.
As you set it up and you're building it, and you install the LED wiring, whatever, you build it, when you finally get to the moment where you're done and you turn it on and everything works,
Lights up.
you're like, oh my god, like it was worth that whole
And when it
process.
doesn't light up?
You're really down on this, like.
Well, no,
It's
because
possible.
that PG I built had LEDs and I just could never get the little wiring things to
that's
hook
what I
up.
was gonna say. Like maybe, Ryan, in that case, it was more a situation of user error.
Possibly, and that's why I hope that through experience at this time it's a very simple operation.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of money if it doesn't work like properly. Next, Kiss Army 8193. I love the PG line. I'm buying them all, nearly there too. When I heard, I ordered it as soon as it was live on HLJ, but I was unsure on the LEDs due to I very rarely use the LEDs on my PG and MGs now, but I decided to buy them because it would look amazing when they turn on. Thankfully I did, because it's auto stop now. Eight hours later, crazy fast. Thanks guys for a great episode.
Yeah, we talked about the overstop thing before. It's just a matter of,
Kyoshiro?
not overloading.
Kyoshiro, gonna buy both. Gonna buy both from the beginning for completeness, because I want my strobe light unicorn.
Strobe light unicorn. See, maybe you could like get in there and change the programming on that LED sequence, and then we'll have a rave. The unicorn rave.
Do people still rave? Never on. I really
Have you ever raved?
I really want to see the PG unicorn. I would definitely go with the LEDs from the start, as it would be awesome on my desk.
I hope you have a big desk. My
I've got a
desk is already
PG on
crowded.
my desk.
Yeah, I have one on my desk too.
Yeah. Dr.
Maybe I have room for
Chopper. Dr. Chopper 11. I probably would buy both the PG unicorn and the LED set as soon as possible, because I want a unicorn that glows like Miami. Also, what mobile suit would you like to see get the PG treatment? Okay. Also,
Clothes like Miami.
I'd like to see this guy's a PG, but
No, I
Sid
want to
says
see
he's
the
to
Shenandoah.
do.
I want to see the Shenandoah. Like, if you're going to give us the unicorn, give us the Shenandoah as
Yeah.
well. It's possible.
Yeah, I want
Possible.
mine.
Although
too.
I don't expect the Shenandoah to have a huge LED like sequence or anything like that. It's just got the mono eye, but then you'd be looking at like a 25,000 yen kit just because the Shenandoah is so big on its own. But
And it would be the brightest mono eye you've ever seen.
if they put out a PG Shenandoah, there would be no kind of ambiguity. It would be like people would be like, yes, I am paying whatever I need to pay to get it. Like, there's enough of a market for it. They don't have to split it up into LEDs or not.
Yeah, no. Philman, my first PG will be this beast. Not the LEDs though.
We'll be this beast! Not the LEDs.
Oh, yeah. Well,
All right, now it's my turn. I'm going to move this big guy back over here. Stay safe. Robbie. Don't scratch, all right? Okay. Don't worry.
he's like, don't touch me,
I
Dad.
flat coated him. He's all protected, but you still got to be safe, right? Wrap it up. All right, so we have some kits to give away.
Yes,
Now,
we do.
We had 453 comments on episode 157. 453, that's what happens when you're away for 2 weeks. They kind of stack on there. And by the end, the comments are like, when's the next episode? Can't wait for the next episode. So,
Here it is.
if you got some non-Gundam kits to give away,
Yes.
and we're doing like kind of like extra doubles and stuff like that. There's 2 actual bumblebees in here. So,
Did I talk about Transformers 4 last time?
you did, and
Okay.
some people agree with you on the comments section, but I didn't bother putting it out because I didn't want to hear you rage again. Because,
Let's just say it
it
hasn't
was
improved.
really quiet around here in the lunchroom when you were away.
I watched it again on the airplane, and you know what? It still sucked. And that's all I could watch. Anyway,
exactly,
sorry.
like, it's like prison. Making
There was
you
like
watch
every
Michael
movie
Bay.
I had already seen was on the airplane. I was like, come on.
That's because you see everything, right?
What happened to the aeroplane? Remember in the day, like you'd get on the airplane and see stuff that was like still in the theater? Do you remember those days?
Vaguely.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's been a long time since.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee times 2. Okay, so this goes to comment number 112, which was a gentleman by the name of Zelfim. He says, I've been watching your show just recently, but that PG Unicorn poster pamphlet really made me decide to register. Well, as for the question, I'll buy, pre-order both in full package because it really feels like it's not perfect if you buy it separately. Perfect grades are all pricey, and deciding to buy it means you're ready for the big expense. The only thing that's holding you from buying the whole package is that you're short on the budget. Although Bandai got us there when they decided to sell the LED separately rather than the one whole package with a reasonably higher price tag. But I can kind of understand the decision since not everyone would be interested to buy a very expensive model kit like that, so cutting the cost by separating the LED was a good decision, and they could, if they haven't already, increase the price of the LED units at the same time. It's quite a long comment, but he kind of said everything we said. We were talking about the PG Unicorn. So, congratulations, you're getting some bumblebees, and I'll probably throw in a pamphlet. I think we got enough. Next up, got a couple Hoi Hois, pest exterminators.
Which lucky person gets Hoi Hoi?
You know, Hoi Hois are kind of popular. People were really excited to see them. Yeah. They're cute.
They are cute.
I like them. Okay.
I want a miniature insect killer. It's a bloody good idea.
We need a big one. Have you seen the insects in this country? They're enormous. This is too small. You come back and find the Hoi Hoi tied up with
you've been
web
to
and
Africa.
Australia. Okay, so prize number 2 goes to comment number 120.
Yep.
This is Mr. Supornchai. He says, I think if it is easy to add the LED after finish building the unicorn, I might get only the unicorn first. I don't want to take it apart again.
I agree.
That is a good comment, and one thing I want to try and ask the people at the Gunpla Expo, like, you know,
if it's hard
I
to
only
put
buy the
them
kit and I want to buy the LED later, do I have to take the kit apart completely to put it in?
Yeah, if you have to start cracking your kit open, that's...
Yeah, well, it's Plamo snap fit, so technically you should be able to do it, but nobody wants to get in there and try to pull these tight fitting parts back apart because Bandai's fit is so precise. Okay, prize number 3. We got some frame arms. Frame arms plus some extra Gatling gun. It looks like a Kotobuki.
With Gatling gun.
With Gatling gun. Not frame arms, but can be used for frame arms. Okay, so this goes to number 380. This is Chibs, and he says, I feel strangely guilty being happier to see non-Gundam kits in the giveaway whilst watching Gundam TV. Well, you're in luck, Mr. Happy, because you win one of them too. So,
Frame Arms is awesome.
Well, like always, I will be contacting you via email and asking for your full name and mailing address, not email address, full name and full mailing address. Please give me everything. Give me everything. If you give me only part of it, I have to like Google search and try to find postal codes and whatever else. Like,
Sid's got better things to be doing.
Yeah, some things have not made it out of the building because people have not given me their full address.
So, full address, people.
Everything.
Yes.
Everything. Now, for this episode, 158. Giving away some MGs. I'm going to limit it to 2 because I got two transforming ones here. So, first one we're going to give you the Gundam Age 2 Dark Hound.
Nice.
Now, I'd say, I'm going to show you, the Dark Hound because it's so great, but because I was busy like kind of putting together, playing around with it, transforming it, that I use and stuff.
You get a quarter.
You get the whole thing. It's just in pieces
quarter.
right now. And it's being a model, I expect you to be able to put it together.
Yeah. You'll figure it out.
And the next one is pretty much similar. I was hoping to have a third age kit. I'd do an age giveaway, but these are the only 2 I have. So age weeks, these are only 2 master grades. This is the double bullet. And you can see I got him kind of in his flying mode here. Here's his other leg. And so, and of course all the accessories come with it.
It comes with everything.
Yeah. I don't
just remember, comment on episode 158 on HobbyLink TV.
On the blog, HobbyLink.tv, episode 158. Leave a comment.
To win.
To win, we will draw randomly, and if you're chosen, I will contact you, and you will give me your full mailing address. All right. So
full mailing address.
Full mailing address. Everything.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I got now.
Okay, well. I'll just say, we're on Facebook and YouTube and HobbyLink TV, so make sure you friend us and like us.
Yep.
HRJ.com sponsors us, keeps us in our job, so please support the store.
Yep.
And Sid?
Next month we're seeing the Master Grade blue, what is it? Blue frame D with the Dragoons, that crazy guy. So I don't know yet when it's going to be arriving. Chances are it's Master Grade. It's going to arrive towards the end of the month. So we're going to be doing some different things for the first several weeks, and then we'll show that one in quite a bit of detail when it finally comes up. And then it'll be December. Boom. Gearing up for the PG Unicorn. Of course, don't forget, we're going to be at the Gunpla Expo on November 21st. So expect to see video that day.
Yeah, we'll try to do a live, if possible, something of the Gundam Unicorn.
Yeah,
or at least get the video up straight away.
Even if we're taking it with our iPhones, we'll have something for you guys to look at right away. So keep an eye on our Facebook page and our HobbyLink TV blog and everything else. And as soon as any information is released on that thing, you're going to see it from us. Live from Gunpla Expo. Yes. Okay. That's all I got. I'm already getting excited though. 4 weeks. 4 weeks. See you later.
See you guys.
Don't worry, I'll edit, I swear.